I believe there's three types of people: AI non-believers, believers, and NPCs. I'm an AI skeptic, so when I heard Jared, the founder of Bun, rewrote a 500,000 Zig codebase to Rust with AI in 11 days, I had to challenge my beliefs. In today's video, I'll be sharing my thoughts and lessons from the Bun rewrite from Zig to Rust. If you don't know what Bun is, Okay, to simplify, I went to my only trusted source, Reddit. Bun is a runtime and all-in-one toolkit for both JavaScript and TypeScript. So it basically helps JavaScript run faster and makes access to tools easier for developers. Bun also gets 22 million monthly downloads and is popularly used by Claude Code, OpenCode, Vercel Railway, DigitalOcean, and many more. Let's start with why he started this migration in the first place. It's because he kept fixing lots of memory-related bugs, as you can see on the screen. These are all memory-related bugs. If you look at them closely, most of them, they say async write is still in progress on Threadpool, and if you look at most of them, they're almost all memory-related. And he thought that handling these edge cases in Zig looks really ugly, as you can see in the code snippet here, and this is what he expects, which is not possible with Zig. He also explored the possibility of using C++, but he decided to go with Rust because Rust gives you a compiler error when memory leaks like this happen, which would be a really big help when you're using AI agents or really catching bugs like these before they ship another version of Bun. He also explains that Bun's own test suite is in TypeScript, which doesn't depend on Zig, which made this migration really easy for them so they don't have to rewrite the tests again. Initially, he says it started as a fun vanity project that he would try to do with just Claude Fable. And another key decision he had to make is to rewrite the code base incrementally or all at once. And he already did this before, and he knew that doing everything all at once is better than doing incrementally with LLMs or without LLMs. Let's move on to the meaty part of this blog, which is how he actually did the migration with AI. He uses the buzzword loop engineering. He says a lot of day-to-day engineering work as software engineers can be oversimplified into loops. As you can see here, the loop can be oversimplified into picking a task from the to-do list, executing the task, getting the feedback, and applying the feedback and do the next task again. And he mentions that he uses another LLM for every review, so another instance for every review and another instance for every apply of the feedback as well. Overall, there's a couple of lessons I learned. The first lesson is he spent 3 hours with Claude planning how he would do it and created a detailed MD file, which goes without planning. AI could go wrong very easily. And lesson number 2 is a lot of false starts. Whenever he starts a loop, he has false starts, which basically means he stops the process 2 minutes into the process and he checks what the AI is doing wrong. For example, he saw that Claude was running git stash or git reset, and he had to incorporate that into his loop because that's not really needed. But that's a really shitty example, but I'm sure there's better ones which he did not mention. And lesson number 3 is to use multiple agents. You have to spin up multiple LLMs for you to get different point of views, different types of answers. And here he explains that he uses different models for review and for application of the feedback he gets from the review as well. Okay, moving back. Now, Claude has fully written the code, 6,500 commits in almost 9 days, and he saw 16,000 errors. Now it's time to fix the test suite, and he sort of took a similar loop like we talked before. He defined a loop, use the same loop he described before, and also have a lot of false starts so he can get stuff that the model is doing wrong. And this is one of the key prompts or sentences that he used is, if you need a paragraph long comment to justify why the workaround is okay, the code is wrong, fix the code, which I deeply resonate with. And I do see that it is interesting and I want to try it in my own stuff. And then sooner rather than later, he got the test suite passing locally, and this is when he really had the belief this was a reality and not a vanity project. However, I had to mention the code wasn't perfect. He had to fix some of the issues himself, but this whole project would have took a team of 3 a year to finish. He did it with Claude in 11 days and it cost him $135,000. At last, he does brag about how Bun is better in Rust than in Zig, but he conveniently leaves out the compile time, which is much slower than in Zig, and the improvements are questionable, says the founder of Zig. He claims that it is smaller in Rust and also reduced stack space and 2 to 5% faster, and when it comes to maintaining, it's also not a big deal because most of the code, he says, looks exactly like Zig, and most of the engineers, it should be a no-brainer for them. That's all I've got for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.